Hi everybody, this is Music Matters here at Studio 801. Today we have with us Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Hi guys, so thanks for being here today, I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so let's start off, I kind of do this with everybody. Can you introduce yourself and what you play?
I'm Barbara, and I'm the songwriter for the band, and I play the keys and do the vocals.
Okay.
I'm Lionel, I'm the drummer.
I'm George. I play the git fiddle.
I'm Mark. I play the bass guitar.
Okay. So, tell me about Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys. It's usually one of the first questions I ask because the name of the band, and you almost messed this up earlier. The name of the band sometimes is really an interesting story. So tell me the story. Where did Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys come from?
Well, I actually started off by going to kind of like a school of rock, but it's called Creative Soul. And in that, it was an adult band.
One of my buddies actually teaches there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So it's another time that I've heard Creative Soul get thrown around.
Yeah, they were the only venue school that had an adult band.
Okay.
And so I'd always played by myself. I never really played with the band. And once I started writing songs, I was like, let me try to play with people because I've never played with other people. And so through there, they would do shows as well throughout the year and actually go and do them at restaurants. And we were at a restaurant that had Dirty Shirleys, and it was a really hot day. And as usual, before a show, then I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat. I was so nervous, right? Because I'd never really done that. And my bassist then bought me a Dirty Shirley. He said, "Here, have this. It'll cool you down." I didn't know it was in it. He's like, "It's a Shirley Temple." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." So I drank one, and then I drank two, and I drank three, and four as I was waiting for our turn to get up there. And by the time it was time to get up there to play for parents and kids, Barbara was pretty wild there. So we went up there and did a show, and they asked us for who we are, and I said, "Well, I'm Barbara." And I looked, I said, "And these are my Dirty Shirleys." And that's kind of how the name just stuck. The guys loved it, and everybody just thought it was funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when he said that your friend said it's a Shirley Temple, did you realize that there was vodka in it?
I didn't, not the first one. After a while I did, but I didn't think it would affect me. But I had an empty stomach, and so it did affect
it's now
me.
one of the hottest drinks. As it's very trendy, as I understand it. The Dirty Shirleys, and that's one of her favorite drinks. And every time we go out, about half the bartenders know what it is, and the other ones are like, what?
Yeah.
A couple of them have grabbed olives. And, started with the or not the olives,
The
but
cherry?
the vermouth. Yeah, the gin and the vermouth. Thinking it's some version
of a Cosmo.
of a dirty
Dirty martini.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All cheese for dirty martini.
Yeah, that's true. That you're right. They have done that before. That's pretty.
But it was my older son Ryan, who is who's a fantastic musician, and also his other passion is the service industry. So he's a bartender. So he turned me on to Dirty Shirleys. So it sounds like is it more trendy on the West Coast and kind of sweeping?
It's trendy in the last couple of few years. I was actually reading some article about new drinks and whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, I know that drink. I know that drink really well. That drink's caused a lot of trouble. So how long have you all been together?
Well, my band has been together for about 7 years now.
Okay, that's great.
I started off with a whole different group of guys, but these are my current fellas.
Dirty Shirleys.
My current Shirleys, yes.
Your current Shirleys?
My current Shirleys and my forever Shirleys, hopefully. I love these guys, yeah.
And you're out of Fort Worth area?
Fort Worth area, yeah.
Okay.
That's we're out the far north Fort Worth,
Okay.
Fort Worth area.
Okay, and you've been playing a lot of places out there, a lot of places here?
Yeah, we have. We do a lot of taverns, a lot of couple of restaurants out there. We do stuff in Fort Worth, like at the Ridgely, at the Haltom Theater. But yeah, we played around different areas. Did I miss some other places we've done? Some of them are gone now, like Big Rob's and stuff like that.
So we were talking briefly about that earlier. That's the unfortunate thing, is there are so many venues that recently have just like disappeared. Hank's up in McKinney, Big Rob's in Arlington.
Yeah.
Blake, do you remember what was the place in Fort Worth? There was another one in Fort Worth that
It was
closed.
Twilight. That was one of the nice lounges. That was a
Yeah.
great venue.
There was some sort of historic, like it sat forever, and then a couple renovated it. And
Yeah, that's Haltom Theater.
Yeah.
Is
Hold them theater.
That's Haltom,
that
yeah.
is-
Haltom Theater.
No, this one was in operation for 2 years, and then
Oh.
they shut down.
Oh, the ISIS Theater?
Maybe that's
downtown
it.
Yeah,
Fort Worth?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why it got shut down.
Yeah.
It's not a great name to have in today's
Oh,
world.
ISIS, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
vintage, though. It was a
Yeah.
vintage.
Well, I
old
had
theater.
so
ISIS is actually a Greek goddess.
yeah, and there was so you guys are more my age and all that, so you might remember that there was actually a TV show that was on along with Hercules. There was Isis, the goddess.
Yeah.
That was a
I remember Xena. I don't
yeah.
remember Isis.
It was before Xena. Not by a lot, but it was Xena Warrior Princess. It
You're
was
too
it was
young.
the same.
That's impossible.
There was that, and I had a friend who was working at a big company, and they were doing it was like a credit card. It was a branded credit card that was backed by Amex, and it was named ISIS, and then the whole thing came out, and they like the whole thing.
Killed that
Yeah,
hand.
we're not-
They had to change the name and it was bad.
Yeah.
So not yet.
Not yet.
We got lots more music to
Okay.
talk about here.
Okay.
So tell me about like what kind of music are you? What's your style? What's your inspiration? Who do you sound like, or who inspires you, or like, give me some viewpoints on, what your music is about.
So my music is kind of a blend of rock and soul. I'm very inspired by so many musicians. It's hard to really point out. I grew up listening to a lot of Latin music, so it's got, and I'm a classical pianist.
Okay.
So in my writing, I incorporate a lot of classical parts to some of my songs. I have influence from Spanish influence, which you'll hear on one of the songs that we're going to play today, and then rock and stuff. So I look up to people, like right now, my aspiration is Beth Hart. I don't know if you're familiar with Beth Hart, but she's a rock soul singer player
Okay.
and blues. It's very bluesy. So that's kind of the trajectory that I want to head towards, is that
Okay.
bluesy rock type
Okay.
of a feel.
I'm just kind of guessing from what you're saying, like maybe she was inspired by like Janis Joplin. type
Yes,
thing?
yeah,
Okay.
so, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's got guitarists like Buddy
Good buddy guy.
Guy that plays for her, Slash played for her on one of her shows, but she's got a lot of the great soul artists that are up there along with her, but, that's where I kind of draw my inspiration and stuff.
Okay. So before you all got together, tell me a little bit about your musical journey. Lionel, what did you
Yeah.
do? What did you do? Who you play with? What kind of, what's your inspiration?
Yeah, musical journey. I was on the other side of the music. I did some stuff back in the day with the production side. Toured with music, did security, that sort of, that part of it. The music side jumped into probably the last 7-8 years. Always loved being around it. Always loved the experience of music. Played guitar. I wouldn't hold myself out to be a guitarist in any way, but just loved the instrument. Played for her as a rhythm guitarist initially, but drums really was my happy place.
Okay.
And the place that I just kind of fell into, and I've been playing drums for north of almost 7 years now.
Okay.
That's my zone. That's where I like.
He's a drummer. He's
know,
a metal drummer.
Drummers
but he's
unite.
a drummer.
Yeah,
I play
yeah.
more than just metal.
Yeah, he just started playing brushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
There you
So
go. There you go.
was it okay? So I go to school for drum set right now.
Okay.
And I am doing a jazz band there. I'm also doing Latin band. at my school, and you know, it's the first time I was actually doing any sort of big band jazz ensemble. You know, I spent a year before working with my professor, just like learning how to play jazz, but now I'm trying to apply it. And one of the things you need to learn how to do is play with brushes. And you know, I asked my professors like, hey, Connor, I need to learn how to play brushes. And then like we spent a whole hour of just touching like the very tip of it. And one of the things they told us like, man, there's a lot of nuance to this out there. So it was a lot, but you know, it's really interesting. I don't think I could have thought of using how nuanced in brushes are.
Yeah, I like to say I am gonna forever work on my 10,000 hours. You know, I'm a firm believer in being a student of the game. I think you echoed that perfectly. I will always critique myself and say I could have done that better. What do I need to do better? So,
As musicians, we're all like that. You have to. You're always looking. You're on the the path to what can I do next time that's different from this last time. To make it shine a little bit more than it did and all that. But that's part of the human condition, you know.
Exactly. You know, I think you owe it to your audience to always have the
I think the
put the
brushless
best out there.
is great because I taught 7th grade, and you wouldn't believe how many times I heard, I'm in choir, and we invited a drummer in, and then no one could hear us.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Brushes are used not necessarily for to just control your volume. I mean, obviously they are quieter, but they're used for a very specific sound, right? So if you need a drumstick, if you need a sound with a drumstick, play quieter, figure it out, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you need sounds of brushes, like I was talking to my professor, it's like, you know, I'd be really interested in trying to like mix this with some double bass stuff. It's like, I mean, yeah, you're probably gonna run into some issues with the brushes are quiet, but yeah, go for it. I'm curious. I'm curious what you got.
Where are you going to school?
I go to school in the middle of bumfuck nowhere called Tarleton State University.
I know Tarleton.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know, the very few people. A lot of people don't.
Jewel used to live down there. She married a rodeo guy.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're the champions of the country, right?
Yeah.
Cowboy
champions for-
cowboy capital.
Oh, also, the one of the drum majors from my son's marching band ended up at Tarleton. That's the other reason I know it. Yeah,
Oh, really? Did they still go there?
I doubt it. My son's graduated college, so I'm pretty sure she's done too.
Depends if they're on the
Right.
the
Right.
5-year plan or the 9-year plan.
Exactly, yeah.
No, I think I saw. Anyway, I'm pretty sure. Sweet kid. She was wonderful.
George, tell me about your journey.
Well, I've been playing guitar, probably more than half my life. I started with mariachi music. I did that for like 10 years, a good decade doing that. And I traveled, I was telling Barbara the other day, I traveled more doing mariachi than I ever did playing anything else, which is really surreal to me.
That's really
Yeah.
interesting. So what do you, where do you play that? I mean,
Oh
is it
man, we play
festivals
for like conventions and festivals, quinceañeras, funerals. We played for a funeral in Japan. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta say who you played for.
Huh?
That one time, you gotta say it.
What
The one time you played for,
for? Oh, Selena. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
That was at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center.
yeah.
I thought you were going to brag about knowing Leon.
No.
Bridges.
I was gonna say because we played for Lucha Villa too. You know Lucha Villa.
Yeah.
And but Selena, we ran into her at the convention center. I was very young. It was one of our first groups, and we just got to play with her because her mariachi wasn't there, so we got to fill in.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
I remember.
Didn't really get to meet her, but
Yeah.
I did
Well,
play with her.
Ryan went to UNT, and I know that they actually had they had a mariachi band there, and I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry, I don't
That's
have the
okay.
right accent, but
White people pronunciation.
exactly. It's the non-native, but they had some of the service industry fraternity sorority group organizations, whatever. One of them was a mariachi group. I thought that was really cool. And I had a friend who got married in Mexico. was south of Mexico City, and went to his wedding, and that party was insane. The tequila was really great, and then went till 5 in the morning, and they
Yeah.
had the mariachi band.
They know how to do it.
Yeah, it
What
was
a
like
party.
music all night, and then just to cap the whole night off was the mariachi band.
we had a lot of zeal.
Yeah,
You know, it was great. A lot of stage presence, and those are some fun times. And I did jazz for a while after that.
okay.
And I played in various other bands, and then I moved to Dallas. Then I moved to Fort Worth, and then I joined Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys.
All right.
Who inspires you?
Who inspires me?
Or who was your inspiration? Or who'd you like grow up listening
Oh
to?
man, we can. How long is this podcast?
We got time. We're 13 minutes in.
I mean,
I got time.
There's so many guitar players, but I often reference this a lot, and you wouldn't think of it, but I think of like old Black Sabbath, like in the '70s Black Sabbath,
Okay.
because Tony,
The
when
original four.
when his arrangements were just so intricate, and I just love that. I love the way he arranged. He wasn't like such a technical player, but I love the way he arranged his music.
So this is an interesting thing that Blake brings up frequently with me is that there is a lot of crossover in between classical music and metal, but I could see it with other styles of music too. Because what was it you say? Was it Mozart would have been a metalhead?
Oh, totally,
Beethoven.
absolutely.
Yeah, Beethoven especially.
Grieg.
Well, okay. So here's the thing about classical music and modern music. It's in everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Like there's a reason classical musicians are taught classical music. Right. It's the base. It's what these instruments were created to do ultimately. Right. So then obviously it evolves a lot, but you can still find find it in any sort of pop music. Right. I mean, hell, like. I can't think of the name of the song. I know it's like the Maroon 5 song. They stole Canon in D.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's to the ones that you love.
Yeah, but it happens.
It worked.
It happens all the time in pop music,
Yeah.
and there's
Billy Joel used to steal Bach all the time.
Uh-huh.
His
What was
bass
it?
lines were all on Bach
Yeah,
bass lines.
it was. I forgot what the quote is. You have good musicians. They're very or whatever, but it's like great musicians steal work, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the difference.
Well, it's the highest form of flattery. Theft is the highest.
I've heard that one. I know. I know. It's another quote. I'm thinking. It's like.
Well, if you're gonna steal from the best.
Right.
Make sure they're 70 years dead too.
That's really not stealing.
Yeah.
That's it's in the public domain.
It's paying homage.
As a metalhead, you ever listen to Sabotage?
Sabotage.
Sabotage, S-A-V-A-T. They notorious for borrowing classical music and meddling it up. And
Oh.
they became the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, that act that comes through every
Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's also like Dream Theater. Dream Theater is similar in that way.
Dream
too.
Theater is really interesting because
Dream
all
Theater
of
is
them are
fascinating.
all of them are classically trained.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously you're going to get a good amount of that. So
Dig up some Sabotage. One of their biggest hits before they hit the Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing was a metal version of Hall of the Mountain King.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hear it today in some of the new songs too. They're stealing ideas from other classical melodies or whatever. So
yeah,
it's.
they'll steal melodies, they'll steal chord progressions or whatever.
But I guess that's part of making music, right?
It's got to come from somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Now there's only so many chords and only so many
Oh,
notes.
somebody tried to. They wrote a program so that they could create like all sorts of different melodies and try to copyright all of it. Don't think that's going to go through, but
So here's the thing, right? About like there's only so many chords. I'm about to get into a really big nerdy rabbit hole right here. Okay.
Yeah, let's not.
no, let them do it. Go ahead, go for it.
Interested.
There's only so many chords when we're talking.
Nerd.
There's only
Sorry.
so many chords when we're talking about in our current tuning, right? So
Right.
if you
No.
don't know how we tune stuff is entirely it's arbitrary to a certain degree, right? Basically, we just decided, a fifth from the first has a ratio of I think it's like 3 to 2 hertz, right? And then, but like there were different tuning systems before then. And like we also arbitrarily decided, hey, there's going to be 12 notes in between an octave instead of, why not, 24 or 36, all right? And there are different tuning methods, and then you have Pythagorean tuning. So, like for instance, in Pythagorean tuning, which is what used to be used, you have something called a wolf fifth. So take a normal fifth and you detune it. I forget by how much, but it's goofy, right?
Yeah, because you're going into like an infinite variance after.
Yeah, when you start like thinking of when you start leaving confines of 12-set tuning, which is what we use, like you get a whole bunch of other stuff. Sorry, that's the end of my nerd talk.
I'm reading a book right now called I'm reading it. Sometimes I listen. It's called Our Numbers Real. You would totally dig it.
Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah, you mentioned the Pythagorean scale. It's a fascinating book.
Interesting.
All right, so Mark, are you a music nerd?
Maybe.
Raise your hand first.
So I guess my musical journey started in high school. I was in marching band, but also I was very fortunate to be in our jazz band. And the summer of my senior year, so after I graduated, we actually ended up playing the Montreux Jazz Festival.
Okay, and where were you?
Where was I?
Yeah, no.
I was in Montreux.
Where is Montreux? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
I'm not even originally from Texas, so I grew up in Chicago. So you gotta give me some geographic.
The Montreux Jazz Festival is in Switzerland, and it's where the song "Smoke on the Water" was written, because there was a casino boat out on the Lake Geneva, and it caught fire, and so "Smoke on the Water" was so that's where "Smoke on the Water"
Okay,
comes
interesting.
Very cool.
We knew another Lake Geneva was in Wisconsin, but
from. Different lake.
Yeah.
Different lake.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah, different.
So what did Jesus play in high school?
Jesus was a trombonist.
He was a trombonist?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like me.
That was a frugalhorn.
No, not a frugalhorn. He was a trombone. He was a boner.
He was a bone player.
I'm going to get in trouble for that. But Stevie Ray Vaughan played the exact same. We were there when Stevie was playing. We didn't get to go see him, which was an enormous disappointment. They got us tickets to see Lee Ritenour and who's that pianist? Jazz pianist. Anyway, it was great. It was a lot of fun. And then Barb hired me.
So straight from Switzerland.
Yeah.
Right off that ship.
That's why it took so long for me to respond to your email. So seriously, I was binging around. I was bebopping around in Band Mix. Is that where?
Yeah, Band Mix.
And I see this band that's in Keller, and I'm like, oh my God, they're right up the street from me. This is gonna be so convenient. So I ping her and say I'm interested, and then I promptly ignore my email for 2 weeks.
That was almost a month.
And then I look at my email and I see she responded, and I was apologetic.
He was.
I begged. Anyway, it worked out. So
Hey, I chose you over a Grammy
that's
winning
true. That's
bass
true.
player,
You chose
so.
me over it, who never showed up. So I got it by default.
That is so the dependability factor and reliability. That's a huge struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we work with a lot of bands, and I see this over and over again because the stories that get told a lot of times are, well, we used to be this configuration, but that guy never was a jerk, and the other one disappeared, and we didn't get along with this one, and then finally we got together, or we get along. It's like the magic equation is, do you like each other? Do you get along, or like each other enough? Get along? Are they reliable? They have transportation of some sort, Will they do what they say they're going to do, and can they learn the music? And it's like almost in that order. Can they learn the music is like actually pretty far down on the list because
Will they show up?
Because if they show up, and they're committed, eventually they're gonna learn the music if they really want to be there. And I mean that's just my perspective on things, and I know others may have a different view.
I mean, I say
Blake's
like,
He's actually dogging on me.
I say integrity, work ethic, and
He's dogging on
Nicely
me,
done.
really.
yeah, and good dental hygiene.
Good dental.
I mean, halitosis is not fun.
Yeah.
There's mints for that. He's right. I'm dogging on
I
him.
have good dental hygiene.
No, I'm worried about me. I'm confident you're talking about me.
No.
Yeah, he's right. I'm dogging on him a little bit because he's got high standards for what he wants in his band, and sometimes you can take something that somebody that's loyal and committed, and it's much better than having the best.
I absolutely agree with that. I agree with that.
Who's on the
I look at people that will gel well with it, even
Yeah.
if they're not the most skilled. But if they just fit in perfectly, like a perfect puzzle piece, I prefer that over amazing skills, but they rub everybody wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
It just makes for a better experience, and I want my fellas to be happy and having fun, because if you're not having fun, why are you doing it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So,
All right. So we gave you the bingo cards. I'm looking for stories. See if there's something on those cards that kind of reminds you of like what's your like the best. Actually, the best stories are the worst experience.
That is true.
So, did you ever had a really bad experience at a show on the road? Did you play in an empty room? Did you?
What was the one about the sound engineer?
Barb will tell that story.
Okay.
we've had a lot of different venues have different guys, but some of them that are just appear to be learning on the job, maybe, or walk in front of the stage while you're playing.
Now because I put down here the sound engineer is a ghost, meaning like you say, give me more, whatever. I'm not a musician, but and like he's not back there doing his job. He's on a smoke break or something, like nowhere to be found. So I was kind of thinking the opposite. Walking in front of you, that's like too.
I actually did a show.
Unless I guess if he's trying to help fix something.
Yeah, we did a show one time where we had to get going to play, and everybody kept saying, "We can't hear you, we can't hear you." And it got to the point where I was literally screaming, and they could not hear me.
And
And the sound guy was all over the place. Well, get this. They had 2 huge speakers up on the top that they never turned on. He never went to check to see that they turned the speakers on. And so, like the last song, the sound was good. But
Yeah.
by that time, my voice was hoarse because I had been just shouting to try to get people just even in the front to hear.
I've gotten rather sticky about always having my own mic stand because of our gig on Division Street at the Division Street Brewery. Because the mic stand just kept drooping. So she's got a picture of me, scrabbling, trying to get to a mic that was about at my belly button.
Yeah.
I sounded great though. That's the important thing.
Yeah, another crazy story we have is we had a guitarist who he had a little bit of a mental issues, and he had an episode. And during our shows, we're warming up and we're getting ready to just start that first song. He unplugs and just walked off the stage and out the door. And we're sitting there going, "What just happened?" And so we had to kind of regroup because that was our lead guitarist, and had to refigure our song without a guitarist. And I'd had a guy who had come specifically to watch us. He was an internet radio guy, and it was hard to recover from, but we pulled it off and got through it, and he still loved it. And so, but
That's great.
it's crazy things like that.
Blake had
That takes talent.
Blake had a similar experience at one of our shows where his guy
Yeah.
and it's tough. He was like, he's on the stage and it's him playing drums and Matt on bass, and at least we had a backtrack for you, so it still sounded like you still had the lead guitar recorded on the backtrack, so it still sounded okay. Nobody really knew because you put on a pretty good performance overall, but those moments are like crazy. This is why I was talking earlier about the, reliability, dependability stuff,
Yeah,
because
yep.
we've had that stuff happen. Somebody doesn't show up for practice, it's okay. Not a big deal. Somebody doesn't show up for show, then that's WTF.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also had another crazy experience where I needed a bassist and a guitarist. And some of these, we got some of the guys from the school that I was talking about. Well, they showed up a little high for the show. And that was literally a shit show. They were on the wrong key. They were just having the time of their lives, thinking they were having the rock show of their life. And, that was a nightmare.
The ones that you want are the ones that show up high, but they play everything perfect. Those are the keepers.
These
far from that.
Far from that.
Yeah, those are few and far between.
I couldn't wait to get off that stage. I was so
That was-
embarrassed.
that was a-
Playing in the key of pot.
yeah.
Key of P.
The key of P.
Key of
Yeah.
P. Key of H.
We know where you're
Hi.
Retract that. I like this play it on a sticky stage one. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's done it.
Yeah.
But I had my amp, and it was on a carpet just like this, and it was next to the drummer, right? So the drummer's playing, and it's during a quiet part of the song, and I was like, I gotta move my amp because it kept getting banged by his cymbal stand because he hits the cymbals really hard, and I was like, I gotta move it. But when I picked it up, it was stuck to the carpet. But the carpet was underneath the cymbals. So you already know what's going to happen. Quiet part of the song, I pick it up to just move it like to an angle, and all the cymbals. And the singer comes and looks at me like she wanted to kill me. It was awful. We didn't recover from that, and we stopped the song. For obvious reasons.
Some things are just hard to recover from.
Yeah. I had one where we're playing. It was you and me. We were doing a duet, and for whatever reason, didn't have a carpet down. It was a hardwood floor on the stage. She's singing, doing great. We're playing, and every time I lay into my kick drum, it would move a touch. And by the time I got to the end of the first song, I was spread out like hands over here, feet long that way, arms over here. It was
By the end
terrible.
of the set, he was here next to me.
And the whole set, I was just kind of creeping along, and between every song, I'm pulling everything back in, play, and halfway through, it was still moving. So, it tests your ability to stay in the moment, still play, and realize that everything is just taking on a life of its own. And none is the wiser as the folks in the room. So that's the fun part about this.
We had a floor tom up at the dive not long ago that one leg wouldn't cinch up.
Yeah.
Somebody went and held it. That's
Yeah.
right. They were holding the.
Somebody did lay on the back of the floor and hold
it up. Yeah.
So this was last year at the Soul Music Festival. Bolivia was playing, and so Clay Ashelman, the drummer, at like midway through one of the songs, he's like, I can't hear the click. So then what his drum tech does is he comes up and he just taps on his leg.
Yeah.
Smart.
Oh,
It's
nice.
amazing, yes.
People don't realize how important that click is, man.
Yeah, well, not everybody uses one,
Yeah.
and that's a thing that's really interesting. Actually, we had a couple of shows that we had played together. We had like a singer frontman, and it was like a hip hop soul style, but backed by band. The first time that we played, this was up at the Rail Club in Fort Worth. The first time that we played there, the sound guy knew what he was doing. It was fantastic. It was great. My other son had done a click. He did a in-ear track. It was a 3-channel, and so it had the click and it had the harmonies and everything else in it. The second time that we went to go do it a month later, the sound guy did not know. He was new to job, did not know the setup, and had no idea how to deal with it. So we're playing with the click going through the veins, and it was a disaster. That's why the questions about the sound. We've experienced it.
Yeah.
It's all,
Yeah. Comes from a real place.
definitely. All right, so Lionel, I got to ask you, did you not get the memo about the leopard print?
Yeah, I tried to stay within the color scheme
Yeah,
today,
I know.
but yeah, the leopard print memo. I just when you're the roadie, the drummer, and married to the lead singer
And the
your-
driver.
your wardrobe is probably the last thing you think about in a lot of ways. But no, yeah.
There's extra special coordination between you, George, between you and Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And I
his
think the
underwear's
colors-
leopard.
Thank you.
But I guess you didn't, Mark, you didn't realize it was supposed to be red.
We've had this conversation.
All right, explain that.
You're not exactly endearing yourself.
Am I?
So technically I'm colorblind. That is
Oh,
the God's
okay.
honest truth.
All right.
And she told me that it was red, and so I went out and I got this because I was thinking leopard print, and I figured I'll wear black and red and have this leopard print. She's still not happy with me. She hasn't fired me yet.
Well, I did order them all shirts.
And I won't.
And he doesn't wear his.
Because it's not. It's plastic. I can't.
It's what?
It's plastic.
Isn't that plastic?
So the truth comes
Well, he
out.
wants silk, I guess.
Yes.
Well, this is silk.
Oh,
have
silk
to-
touches my skin.
Well, she orders all sorts of shirts for me. That's how I get stuff like this. And
Yeah.
See if when you get a chance, let him feel your shirt.
I'll
And
come,
see if
Oh,
he-
Harry,
I'll
can
come
I?
right over there. Right now.
Because they have a whole bunch of patterns and they're reasonably priced.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Great shirt. It's got a bass guitar on it.
It
got-
does-
it's got-
yeah, and
it's got a
drums.
Telecaster.
Drums,
I don't really
yeah.
care about that. I only care about the bass guitar.
So, where can people find you? Like, where's your, tell me about, do you have a website, social media? Where are you playing? You got any projects coming up?
Yeah, I've got Instagram. It's under Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys. I also got a Facebook. I got a TikTok as well.
Okay.
You can find me anywhere there. I'm on Spotify, all the listening platforms, under Barbara Claxton 1, and then there is also under Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys.
So I had this conversation with another band about changing names and all that. Was Barbara Claxton 1, was that like your original?
Yeah, so the first CD I put out in 2017, I think it was just under my name. It was just Barbara Claxton. I'd hired a musician to do all the different parts. He was the multi-instrumental guy, so he did all the parts.
Right.
And he dug my songwriting, and he's actually a member of the Spoon-Fed Tribe, which is a big band for the 90s in Fort Worth.
Okay.
And he helped me out with that, and so when I put out that CD, I just put it under Barbara Claxton.
Gotcha.
And I decided the next time I do something, I do want to do my band, so. The first two songs I did put under Barbara only because I had an issue with uploading it on Spotify. It recognized me as Barbara, but it wouldn't take me as a new name.
Oh, I see.
And so then I was able to finally fix that with the last two songs that I put up there. But,
Yeah, we had another band tell us that they, and they'd been friends and playing together for 25 years or something like that. And they originally released under his name, and then they kind of reformed as, a variant with his name in the band or whatever. And he said, I can't change the name from my, original because I've got too many songs that were originally listed under.
Yeah.
I don't want fans to get lost and not be able to find my stuff.
Right. Yeah, that unfortunately happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel this real strong sense that I want my band to feel that, everything, even though I wrote the song, that they own it too.
Right.
Like we're all, it's all of us. It's not just me, I
Yeah.
don't ever want the focus on me. I want the focus on my whole band. And
Well, we're looking forward to hearing you guys play here tonight, and then also at the upcoming festival. So I appreciate you guys coming by tonight. This was good. This was a great chat. I'm really glad to get to know you, and can't wait to hear you play.
thanks for having us.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.